The 2023 NASCAR schedule is finally out, and we've heard of most of the Cup changes, though some of the lower series changes is what we want to really talk about. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk briefly about the Cup schedule, or relatively briefly at least, and then we're going to talk about the two lower series. Starting off, let's just go over all of the changes. If you don't hear about a track having their date dropped or moving on the schedule, they're where they were last year. So starting off with the first major announcement about the schedule is that February 26th, the second race of the season will be at Auto Club Speedway. This will be the last race on the 2-mile layout that we currently have today. While we really haven't seen anything talking about the short track layout for the most part, I would say that now everybody knows for sure. This is going to be the final race on this layout. NASCAR is going to probably go down to having one 2-mile race here at Michigan after this, and, well, Auto Club going down to that short track, in my opinion, might lead to some schedule changes in the future. But for those of you who love this track, this is your last chance to get out there, and seeing how they remove seats, the demand will be very high. Now, we already heard about the two new venues announced beforehand, the Chicago Street Course and North Wilkesboro's the All-Star Race. That's nothing really too new for any of us, as all these have been announced. Chicago has a bit of an announcement, but that'll be coming towards the Xfinity side of things. North Wilkesboro will also have another companion race with the All-Star race, but again, we'll talk about that in a bit. The playoffs, they stay exactly the same for Cup. You have the same cutoff races with Bristol, Charlotte, and Martinsville, the Roval coming back for Charlotte, and pretty much the same weekends for all, including Texas. But this is the only time of the year you're gonna see the Texas Motor Speedway. In a move that I think a lot of people are very happy with, the Texas Motor Speedway has been shrunk down to one date, and this will be on September 24th, meaning it's the first time since 2004 that one race has been held here, and it makes me kind of wonder, are they going to be renovating the track the way they're talking about or reconfiguring it before this race in September? Or are they going to do it after next season and go all out with it? That's going to be a really big question to look at for Texas moving forward. Are they just going to redesign the corners they screwed up and have the old layout, or are they going super speedway racing? So watch out for that. Now, another sort of date change comes with the Martinsville Speedway. The first race at Martinsville last year was a Saturday night race in order to avoid golf and not really conflict with too many Fox Sports entities. Well, this year it's changing. It's going to be the week after Bristol, which is on Easter, on April 16th, a Sunday. And based on the way the schedule is looking right now, from what I can tell, there's going to be two Saturday night races next year. The Daytona race to cut off the regular season, and the Bristol night race. Other than that, the only other night races will be Sunday night races. At least at the moment, that's what's been announced. Also, looking at the schedule too, the Indianapolis Road Course has been moved 2 weeks further back from where it was last year, seeing how they're going to basically do a date swap with Richmond being the final race of July on July 30th, and Indy being on August 13th, right before Watkins Glen and after Michigan. So those are some pretty big announcements and changes and different things to learn about the Cup schedule overall. The big changes come with the Xfinity and the Truck series. Starting off, let's look at some of the changes for the Xfinity schedule. On July 1st, on a Saturday, the Xfinity series will be heading to Chicago as well. We knew about the July 2nd Cup race, but the Xfinity series will be a companion series that weekend as well, and it might be going as a doubleheader with IMSA, meaning there's going to be a jam-packed schedule of racing in the Chicago streets if this keeps up. I think this is a way for NASCAR to try and show Chicago they're not just there for a one-off here and there, they're here to bring their big guns, both top series instead of one. Also, another part of the schedule that's really good for fans is Road America. While Road America will not be on the Cup schedule, the Xfinity cars will be on the repaved surface on Saturday, July 29th, which coincidentally is the same weekend that NASCAR Cup Series racing will be in Richmond. So it's going to be really interesting to see how NBC schedules it on TV back and forth, especially seeing how the Truck Series is in Richmond that same day as well for their regular season finale. So interesting to look at there that Road America will be kept on the schedule and will be one of 8 road courses on the Xfinity slate this coming season. A lot of road course racing for a lot of fans, even if they're not too keen on it. Now, another big change when it comes to the Xfinity schedule is the fact that Bristol will now not be the regular season finale. That instead will be on September 9th at the Kansas Speedway. Bristol on Friday, September 15th will be the start of the Xfinity Series playoffs, which, honestly, I'm not the biggest fan of. Now, I know it's probably how the dates wound up, but the way that Bristol really came down to the wire last year, as I'm recording this before Bristol this year, it was something really exciting for me as a fan to watch when you saw how it meant for playoff implications of drivers trying to win that were good there that hadn't won that year, of guys who were trying to win the regular season championships, and of guys just trying to win the race itself. It had plenty of action, and I think Bristol as a cutoff race in any sense is the best possible thing NASCAR could do. Now, Sonoma will also be an addition to the NASCAR Xfinity Series schedule next year. It'll be the first time ever that they've run on Sonoma for the Xfinity cars, which is really interesting to see. And looking at the schedule, they will be racing on Saturday, June 10th in place of the Truck Series, which will not return next season to Sonoma. Now, speaking of the Truck Series, they have some changes that I think a lot of fans are going to like. Starting off with the fact that on Saturday night, May 20th, at North Wilkesboro Speedway, the Truck Series will be the first points-paying race at North Wilkesboro since 1996, which will mean it's a companion race with the All-Star race that same weekend. So North Wilkesboro is going to have a lot of usage for NASCAR next season, and this race, as well as the All-Star race, will be really instrumental in seeing the future of North Wilkesboro in NASCAR. Now, another track that's returning for the first time since 2009, and in my opinion, a great change, will be the second playoff race of the 2023 Truck Series season. On Sunday, August 27th, the Truck Series will be racing at the Milwaukee Mile, a day after the Cup Series finishes its regular season at Daytona. I think this is a great change, as Wisconsin racing fans losing a Cup date deserve to have something given back to them, and in a good and growing market like Milwaukee, I think that this is a good move for NASCAR as well. So I think everybody wins here personally, and I think it'll put on a really good race. And then the final big change is dirt racing. Now, what do I mean by this? Well, the Bristol Dirt Race on Saturday night, April 8th, will be the only Truck Series dirt race of the season, and will be the only weekend overall in NASCAR this season that will be run on dirt, as it has been confirmed that the Truck Series will not be returning to Knoxville after 2 mediocre and disastrous races. But this is all just what I think of all of it. Now, I want to pass it on to you. What are your thoughts on the 2023 NASCAR schedule overall for the top 3 divisions? Let me know down in the comments below. And while you're at it, leave a like on this video, share this video, and subscribe to my channel for more great NASCAR content. Thank you so much to all my channel members for your continuing support, and until next time, have a good one.